Hi everyone, so today's video is all about hamstrings. So in specific to chronic hamstring injuries and more importantly the importance of hamstring when you're dealing with an ACL injury. So post-op, pre-op, whatever it is, okay? So you need a strong foundation for the hamstring to hook on and do its thing. The hamstring's primary role is to control. It's your brake system. So if your hamstring are always on and you get recurrent hamstring injury, it's like you're driving with the parking brakes on. So you have to have a good foundation first, which I'll talk about. Then these follow-up hamstring exercises will work magic. Then second is because the sciatic nerve kind of runs past through the hamstring complex, and also the hamstring complex is part of the posterior fascia line, which connects from head all the way behind your spine, all the way back your leg, all the way to your foot. You have to address the cranium and the foot in addition to the connection with the sciatic nerve to really allow the hamstring to work without any interference, I like to say. Okay, so enough said. So the foundational exercise are my two favorite and must have everyone do: planks and side planks. Okay, you have to control this in order for you to control hamstring motion. Okay, so planks, just to go over it, just make sure you earn the ability to do a good hamstring exercise. My advanced one, so you're supposed to be able to do this for 60 seconds while filling your abdominals the whole time. Right, second, so stay here for 60 seconds. Right, once you're done with that, side plank, top leg in front, bottom leg behind, arms up high, looking straight ahead. You should feel it in the bottom side of your core, your flank here. A lot of times if you feel the shoulder or say your hip or your leg, then you have an inefficient side core. So watch my other videos on the lateral line in order to really get this. You're doing side plank. You don't want to force it. You do both sides. All right, so the criteria for this one, you're supposed to be able to do 30 seconds, right? 3 times, left to right should be symmetrical. Once you earn that, then hamstring exercise are more effective. Now, because I said that hamstrings come from, there's connection from head to toe, you want to address the feet, the sciatic nerve component of it, and the cranium. So this is the sciatic nerve component of it. Now you want to fixate this, so then when you actually do the dynamic hamstring program, you're actually getting to the source of it. So get a Swiss ball, hug it like this. Alright, so your leg here, and then you just kind of go back, all the way forward, all the way back. Okay? With your leg straight, leg slightly bent. Alright, so you do with your foot pointing straight up, foot pointing straight in, and foot pointing out to get the different nuance of the hamstring. For your feet, what you want to do, alright, is practice making sure you can splay your feet apart. Alright, just like this, where all of your toes are able to spread out, just like that. And then wake up your feet by actually standing on a cushion. If you don't have one fancy like this, you could use your sofa cushion. Alright, and then stand on one leg. Alright, so you're waking up all these receptors in your feet. And these receptors of your feet actually communicate to your hamstrings, your hip, to know when to when to appropriately dial in the intensity of your hamstring. So you're not either going over or under. Alright, so here, and then eyes closed. Alright, 1, 2, 3. And so you're supposed to be able to dial in up to 5 to 10 seconds. Right? So here, and then eyes closed. Yeah. So as you can see, there's a little mismatch between my left and right. So that there's a vulnerability to that. So you want to make sure you're always symmetrical. So now that you have that, going, then you earn the ability to do the hamstring exercises I'm going to show you. So you got to be able to handle both eccentric, which is the ability to control the movement, and then concentric. So I'll show you this one. So this one's called a single leg deadlift. Right? You could either use weight on the opposite hand or weight on this hand. So let me actually show it to you. Right? So you can only use weight if you earn and the movement pattern is clean. Right? So the movement pattern will be here, about 10, 15 degrees bent at my knee. From here, you come up. So single leg deadlift. All right. So 15 degrees bent. You go down, opposite arm down, right, and then you come up. All right. Then to progress, you could go into more of a fuller mobility control of your hamstring. Okay? So now, so if your goal is to make sure you don't hurt your ACL, what I find is a lot of people don't own this ability to have your knee bent at 20 to 30 degrees, so they tend to hyperextend, all right, just to load on the joint and the ligaments. So a lot of knee exercise of my clients, I have them really do a lot of 20 to 30 degrees bent and do a lot of weight training just in this position, and I just push them and perturb this position and they have to stay in this position. So with a single leg deadlift, try to go to a 30 degrees knee flexion, all right, and repeat the same motion, keeping this stable, all right? So next exercise, this one is called Nordic hamstring curl. So I just recently figured out how to do this yourself, but if you, so this is the setup. Make sure the weight doesn't smash your ankle. So you use bumper plates, put it on your heel, right? If you have a partner, even better. They hold on to your leg, your ankle, put your hand here, and when you go down, you go put your arm here, and you explode back up. What I want to happen is this needs to be straight the whole time. So a common mistake is you don't own your plank, your side plank, like before, and so when you go down, you stick your butt up. And so what happens is instead of working your hamstring, you're actually loading your joints and not leveraging your muscle. So when you go down, boom, up. Right? So push more and try to keep this straight. All right? So that's pretty intense exercise. So try to do about 10 reps and progress. Next, another variation, a good hamstring exercise. Grab a Swiss ball. All right, so both legs, obviously the intensity is easier. You go one leg, the intensity is much harder. So because what I said earlier about ACL and that 20-30 degrees, I like to target that right away. So go to that 20-30 degrees, put your hand here, hips up high, okay? All right, and then bend and just go straight towards that 20-30 degrees, hold it there, and back up. So you bring the ball back and forth. Try not to let your hips drop down, all right? Okay, so that's that. If you don't have a ball and you have these furniture movers, you can do the same thing. All right, go into a bridge position. All right, hold on to your pelvis, slide this out. Just slide back and forth and make sure your hip does not drop down. And because there's a bonus tip, because I said that a hamstring technically indirectly connects towards your cranium, I will have you do the same thing with your head turned in different positions. because your hamstring, you need your hamstring to be reflexive and strong, not with your head facing forward, but in different positions for more of a holistic, athletic rehab perspective. Okay, have fun doing that.